this is the top story of the day. And I understand that Damian Lillard still hasn't been traded, and I understand what's going on with the LIV Tour, and I understand everything else going on in the world of sports. But Shohei Ohtani is potentially, when it's all said and done, he's on a path. And I understand the on-pace stuff back in my SportsCenter days was frowned upon being discussed, that so-and-so's on pace. But Shohei Ohtani, what he is doing now is something we've never seen before. It's something that's never happened on a baseball diamond, to the long-term success that he's been able to do of pitching and hitting. And he's going to sign a contract that starts with a 6, if not a 7, because the Los Angeles Angels are going to have to really put their money where their mouth is to get this guy to sign a contract. Unless, this has been the conversation we've been having about Ohtani for a couple of years. When he first came up, the Angels, it's like, okay, this is a nice novelty, but enjoy it while you're seeing it, a guy hitting and pitching, because there's no way somebody's going to be able to keep this up, or that the team will allow him to keep it up, because he'll be so good at one thing, he'll just have to stop doing the other to avoid a risk of injury. And yet he's continuing to do what he's doing, and he's continuing to do it at an all-star ace and slugger rate. But now the conversation is, why isn't it leading to wins? And the answer for many people is simple. It's the Angels. Trout's going to invariably get hurt, and the team is invariably not going to be able to surround them with enough stars, and the pitching's not going to be good, and so on and so forth. Even the great Joe Madden succumbed last year. And then this year, Phil Nevin, who took over last year, who's got the gig now, had the team in pretty good stead. 3 weeks ago, they were in the wild card spots, one of the wild card spots. Well, then Trout gets hurt, Rendon gets banged up, Ohtani has to leave a game with a blister injury, and now here we are. The team 1 game under 500. Trout will definitely be out for the rest of this month, at the very least a large part of next month, and who the hell knows. And this team is 1 game under 500 and out of the playoff race.
Yeah, 5 back of the wild card.
There you go. Only to get worse, one would think. Now the question is to Ohtani. Finally, let's get an answer. What do you think? What do you think? Are you going to demand a trade? Are you going to leave via free agency? What are you thinking? Because we don't know. Speaking through an interpreter yesterday in his media availability, he shed only an inkling of a light on what he thinks about all this losing happening in Anaheim, which is near Los Angeles. And he was asked about his desire to win. Here's his answer.
年々強くはもちろんなってますね。それは負ければ悔しいし、いけなかったら悔しいっていうのはその通りなので、優勝したことがない以上は優勝したいなって思うのが自然かなと思います。
Yeah, those feelings get stronger year by year. It sucks to lose. He wants to win, so yeah, it gets stronger every year.
Well, the difficulty again is that wasn't a straight up interpretation. He also said he wants to win, is what his interpreter said. So I don't think Shohei Ohtani is referring to himself in the second person. That would be really weird.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard his voice. Ever.
Bob Costa said he's never spoken to him. And if Bob's never spoken to him.
Yeah, right.
So that's the issue. That's the issue here. Is he's the greatest player, maybe of our lifetimes, when we all grow up. As I said, he's on pace to potentially become the greatest player we've ever seen as human beings on planet Earth. Imagine he keeps doing what he's doing. He keeps doing what he's doing. And then the question is, will he keep doing it for somebody else? Because the issue about becoming the greatest player we've ever seen and the greatest player we've ever seen to never make the playoffs is something, if I was Shohei Ohtani, would kind of get under my skin. And so he's got to declare. And if he doesn't declare, and I'm Arte Moreno, I'm going to make myself one of the richest men on the planet. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Oh, please. You didn't say that. I had to say thank you first.
You got it, yeah. Well, I was a little late.
So I've hit the Powerball for about 100 times in a row.
Ooh, nobody won last night.
I know that.
725.
So what are the odds here? So let's just say I've hit the Powerball, multiple times, and I can just tell Shohei Ohtani to his face, hey, I have directed my folks to draw up a contract for you to sign here, and it starts with a 7. Because I understand what we've done around here, and I understand it sucks to lose. I don't want to lose either, but I don't want to lose you. So I am telling you, it starts with a 7.
Yes.
And if he says no to that, we are shipping him out of here. And then I am leaking it to somebody, who either wears a bow tie or is stuck in an ice room calling the Rich Eisen Show like yesterday. And I'm telling that individual,
Wow.
I tried.
That picture should be hung in the Louvre.
Bow tie or ice cream?
Especially because Jeff Passan looks so good, and we don't know what those tubes are attached to.
No idea.
No, I mean, my God. The flux capacitor.
1.21 gigawatts.
So I'm letting it known. I tried. So don't get on me, Angels fans. Those who show up when Ohtani pitches. Because I'll tell you what, he goes to Citi Field, he goes to Yankee Stadium, he goes to Fenway Park, he goes to Busch Stadium, he goes to
Dodger Stadium.
Is it Safeco? No. What was T-Mobile?
He goes to Seattle, he goes to San Francisco, he goes to Houston. Name all these places. He goes to Atlanta, even Atlanta.
Oh, please, no.
Would show up.
Jeez.
Please,
You
God,
chill,
no.
man.
Every night.
Be a great day
I
at my
remember when
house.
Dwight Gooden used to pitch in Shea Stadium. It was a circus every night. That would be exactly what would happen if Shohei Ohtani wears Mets pinstripes. And he's got to know that in his heart of hearts.
Del Tufo will move back and recreate the K corner.
So the question is, what does he want?
Do it.
And this is coming home to roost in the next 3 weeks, because once this All-Star break is over and the Angels get back at it, they are staring into the abyss of another lost season. And I want to know, Ohtani, is that cool with you? Are you really going to play it out? He says he's never been a free agent before, so he doesn't really even know what that feels like. And he basically said, I'll get to it if that happens. I just want to win and play baseball. That's not a good enough answer right now if I'm the Angels. I try to sign him in the next 2 weeks to the richest contract in the history of American team sports. And if he says, no, I'm not really sure, I'm not sold on it, then you got to get something for him. You're not going to get some sort of compensatory pick for potentially the greatest player to ever lace it up in this great sport of ours. So I am trying to sign him now. I'm going to get him to declare, and I'm going to get him to declare and sign that. And if he doesn't, I'm shipping him out. And who wants him? And the answer is everybody. And I'm going to try and make the biggest killing ever. And then I'm leaking it that I try to sign him to a large contract. That's what I'm doing if I'm the Angels. And if I'm Ohtani, I'm telling the Angels I want out. Be honest with you. Because I want to see how the other half lives. I want to see how the other half lives. I know that puts me out there a little bit more than me sitting in my hamlet in Anaheim, California, where a couple of newspapers talk to me, and then there's a regional sports network that covers me. And every now and then, I'm all over the place because I do something spectacular. Instead, you know what I want? I want to be the man in the town. That's all playing out. It starts now. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.